welcome to What's New in Readium Mobile. In this edition, we'll cover what we've been working on between November 2025 and February 2026. First of all, we'll talk about our new Discord server built entirely for our community. Then we'll talk about the release of an extended beta for Thorium Mobile and iOS. We'll also cover our last two releases for the Swift Toolkit. And finally, we'll discuss about our new localization strategy and how it impacts our toolkits. At the end of our last video, we mentioned that we were looking for an alternative to our Slack workspace. We've completed this transition in February 2026, and our Discord server is now open for any member of the community that would like to join us. We've set up an onboarding to make sure that you only follow the projects that make sense to you. If you haven't joined yet, please check the links below this video. After 4 months in private beta, Thorium Mobile for iOS is now available for everyone as part of an extended beta. You can already test it with EPUB, fixed layout EPUB, PDF, or CBZ files. It's also capable of handling LCP protected publications, which means that this beta is fully compatible with publications that you can buy from your favorite retailer or that you can borrow from a local library. Expect new updates in March focused on audio, followed by a full release by the end of April. If you'd like to join the beta or if you'd like to learn more about the app, please make sure to check the links below this video once again. Now let's discuss about the Swift toolkits themselves. As mentioned before, we've bumped the minimum iOS version to iOS 15. We'll bump up to a new major version every year from now on. Since we last published a video, we've also made 2 separate releases, each time with full release notes on GitHub and highlights on our blog. If you'd like to receive these release notes, you can either subscribe to our newsletter on our blog, or you can also follow our GitHub repo. In version 3.6.0, we focused on PDF and fixed layout and introduced new preferences for these publication types. With prepaginated formats, being able to fit the content to your screen is very important. You can now fit the page or the spread to either the width of your screen or force them to be fully contained in your screen. Please note that due to restrictions tied to PDF kits from Apple, these preferences are a bit more limited for PDF. You have to use scrolling mode to fully use them. In version 3.7.0, we focused on comics. With this update, Swift toolkits can now open CBZ files and even parse metadata contained in comicinfo.xml. For now, we've reused our EPUB fixed layout navigator, but we'd like to roll out a dedicated one in the future with more advanced reading preferences. In addition to CBZ, we can now open EPUB publication with images in their spine as well. With upcoming plans for best practices related to comics and manga in EPUB, they could become more and more common in the future, so we just want to make sure we're ready. After years of struggle, JPEG XL seems to be gaining good traction on the web, with upcoming support in Chrome and also in Firefox. Since we want to remain compatible with all the latest and greatest image formats, we've also added support for JPEG XL both in CBZ and in EPUB. But if you prefer other alternatives, we also support WebP and AVIF. Both of them were added in previous versions. Overall, we're making a first step towards full comic support with this release. This is our first step, but it won't be our last. Finally, I'd like to talk about localization. Strings related to LCP, as well as accessibility guidelines, are now localized in our repos. Our redesigned LCP dialog in SwiftUI is the first component that directly benefits from this work, but we'll continue to build localization into our projects moving forward. We've handled the English, French, and Italian translations ourselves, but we need your help to support additional languages. If you'd like to help, you'll find the link to the website below, where we handle this, and you can easily add more languages or contribute to this project with that link. That's all for today, but we have many more features ready to be released that will be covered in our next video. To make sure that you don't miss anything from us, you can subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications.